And then, seeking that partnership with other believers to talk about it, right? Like,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? This is something that I've noticed is happening for a few days, or that, today's been really heavy on me, or a few weeks I've been like flirting with this idea. I'm going to call a friend of mine who's a believer. I'm going to shoot him a message and say, hey, if you got a minute, let's chat, or, hey, can you pray with me about this, or can you pray for me about something or whatever? And the Holy Spirit works in incredible ways that a lot of times when we're going through those types of things, we'll get a text message from somebody that's like, hey, how can I pray for you?
Man.
And instead of being, prideful and saying, no, things are good, just be like, you know what? There's some things that I'm struggling with right now. I don't want to go into detail of all of it, but God knows. And so if He's put me on your heart today, then be praying with me about that. The most important takeaway from this that I've had, and that we want to make sure that you've got, is that we have the ability to recognize sin in its utero stages.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
At the moment of conception. And when we do that, when we partner with the Holy Spirit, then not only are we able to avoid the temptation, but we're able to snuff it out before it actually even becomes tempting.
Yep.
And then, partner with the Holy Spirit to identify those things, to help you to see sin in the earlier stages.
Yeah.
And then for those of us who are looking at the temptations and things that our friends have, and we may think that they're ridiculous, whether it's music or going to a certain place or whatever, instead of trying to convince them to do something that's going to put them in a compromising position, just honor them for the steps that they're trying to make. Right? Many of us that are in the, combat sports world or jiu-jitsu, or, have been in the fitness world for a long time, if I know my friend is trying to make weight for something, I'm going to slap that piece of cake out of his hand.
100%.
Right? I'm not going to tell him at my kid's birthday, but like, well, you can have one bite if I know you've got to make weight. I'm not going to do that, because I'm going to respect the decisions that you've made. I'm going to honor that. It should be the same thing in our spiritual
100%.
lives. As that when, we've got somebody that's saying, hey, listen, I can't listen to this, or, this, that, and the other, I can't go to this type of place. So that's really not what I'm doing. Like, it's fine to make a concession, to keep your brother from stumbling. It's going to be better. And if you're bitter about the fact that, like, oh, I didn't get to go and do this thing, then that's a pretty good indication that you need a heart check.
Yeah.
If you're so dead set on, like, no, I've got to go have a drink tonight,